The Chronicles of Online Dating. So, let me tell you about one instance. But this is a learning lesson. I'm new to this again, so I'm just going to eat it, charge it to the game. I embarrass myself. I look stupid, all that shit. Okay? I'll say it. Okay? So, I met this guy, and we had this amazing 4-hour conversation the first time we talked on the phone. And he sounded like he really, really had, a lot of ideas and goals. And I thought, we kicked it like pretty hard, like a month, you know what I'm saying? And I even told him what happened to me about being abandoned after an 11-year relationship for dead. And he dedicated a song to me, and I fell for it, y'all. Fine China by Juice WRLD featuring Future or some shit like that. I don't know. The song was excellent. I love the song. I still listen to it. So I'm like, this guy's really cool. He has a lot of ideas about things he wants, and he has goals and all this other stuff. Really liking this guy. Okay? And one of the conversations he said to me, I can't stand a liar. Don't ever lie to me. And I'm like, everybody who knows me knows I'm not a liar, even if it embarrasses myself. I'm telling a story right now about how I got played, and I'm embarrassing myself. So I have no problem being honest and upfront, okay? But he didn't really have his stuff together, okay? But I really liked him. I thought he was really cool. I was attracted to him. All this other stuff, okay? And then he just slowly stopped calling. And then we saw each other once a week. Because he works, I work, but our schedules are kind of like, he's first, I'm second, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, and he didn't drive. Trust me, I know. Anyway, so I knew something was instantly wrong because we would talk every night. The moment I got off, it wasn't even 10 minutes after I got off, he and I would be on the phone and we would talk and we were having these good conversations. And then it started to go downhill. He stopped calling as often. He wasn't texting. And then he started getting off the phone. And I just asked him, I said, are you seeing someone? You know what I'm saying? And he was like, no, I'm not seeing anybody. And I'm like, okay, but your gut instinct is always your right instinct. I promise you, it just is. We need to start learning to trust that shit more often. But I knew it, okay? So this whole time, I don't know the whole time, but it's obvious he was talking to somebody else. And then he just completely stopped talking to me. And then I wasn't even angry about it. I was just like, things didn't work out between us. I'm okay with that. But he did exactly the same thing that my ex did to me and thought it was the most fucked up shit ever. And he still did it. He did the same exact thing. Like, how low is that to fucking listen to somebody's grief about something very traumatic that happened to them and then to turn around and do that same exact thing and ghost me without an explanation or a reason or anything. And and the thing about it is this person voluntarily told me how they keep it 100, how they're honest. And it didn't turn out to be that way. And that was very disappointing to me. But that was my poor choice. I let somebody in that way too soon, letting myself be vulnerable. And I should never have done that. So I definitely learned a lesson from that. But yeah, so I'm not hurt by it or anything like that. Don't get me wrong. It's not that I'm saying I'm hurt by it because my emotions I wasn't emotionally attached, if that makes sense. But it's just the way that people do other people who let them in. And then I'm just a bad judge of character. And I will tell anybody that shit on a scale of 1 to 10 as far as like common sense. I'm a 10. I got a lot of common sense. But I'm way too open with people and I take things for face value. And I should never have done that because this person turned out to be a liar. And I don't know. But I am trying to teach myself to make better decisions. That's going to be a new one for me. It's actually taking the time to learn a person before I let them know all of the details about everything. But as y'all know, I'm an open book. But this was definitely a mistake, and it was very disappointing because he couldn't even give me a fucking reason as to why he stopped talking to me. Like none. He just stopped talking. He did the same exact thing my ex did to me. The same thing. I thought that was fucking ironic as fuck. But I even let him know, I'm okay with it not working out, but he just could not be honest and just even call me and just be honest about the whole thing. But it just like, I can go through, get ghosted after 11 fucking years. This is nothing. But my whole thing is this online dating shit. I gotta get tough. I gotta get tough because I'm gonna have to weed out all the fucking bad ones. Like for real. I'm gonna have to weed them out. Or the ones who have ill intentions and the ones who are liars. But I just always feel like people are going to be open and honest like me. And people aren't. Even when they say that shit. They are not open and they're not honest. But I'm learning. I'm learning as I go along, y'all. But, I got my date tonight. So I'm excited about that. So we shall see. We shall see. And he's fine and he got his shit together. So that's a good start. He ain't living with nobody. So he had his own car, his own house. So anyway, but I will be updating after tonight's date, blind date, which I don't know if it's blind now that I've seen what he looks like, but it's still, yeah. So anyway, but yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say about today. That was it. All right. Bye.